Good evening, decoders. How you guys doing tonight? Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm back for 2 straight nights in a row, which I usually don't do, but this one's big, guys. So I couldn't wait to put this info out. And man, I please hit the like button on your way in here, and let me know if you guys can hear me as usual. Want to make sure the sound check is good. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. And then we'll get started, okay? Because this is going to be crazy interesting. And yeah, there's so much to share here. So yeah, smash that like button. And it is a Saturday, so I'm assuming a lot of you guys are at home in your PJs, relaxing, watching Cody talk. So, yep, today is the 69th day of the year. Hello, JJ Recon, Arod Crypto, JJ Bird, Chad J. Got a lot of J's in the chat. Tad Lee. I saw Joseph was in the chat. Welcome, brother. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Let's see. Howdy, everyone. Yeah, it's going to be a perfect show to have some howdies because we're going to be talking about Texas. So, perfect show for using the howdy. Give me a howdy in the chat, I guess. And yeah, I've never been to Texas, but you know, we all know Texas is all those howdies. So, anyways, hope you guys are doing well, and I'll give it a few more minutes, and then we'll jump into it. And the big thing here is something I discovered the other night, and then last night I found something connected to Beyoncé that just blew my mind, and how it connected to everything that I was looking at, right? Thanks for the howdies in the chat. So we're going to go to Texas, guys. Let's go to Texas. All right. Looks like we got 47. So we'll go ahead and get started. Because I want people watching this on a replay to be able to go right into the info. So, all right, guys. So you can see these two characters here. You have Beyoncé, okay? And she's doing the gunshot. And I'm going to show you where this is from in a minute. And this is Cody Rhodes. If you guys don't know who Cody Rhodes is, he is the wrestler who's going to be on center stage one day before the Eclipse at WrestleMania, okay? And notice he's doing the same gun symbol, okay? And this is a Texas Hold'em poker game. I'm going to also get into that. And then here's the Eclipse next month on April 8th. And then here is the shot heard around the world when Archduke Franz Ferdinand was shot, and it kicked off World War I, okay? And of course, here's the Texas flag, and here is the original shot heard around the world, which is what started the American Revolution, okay? And remember, next month is the Great American Eclipse, okay? And of course, over here, you have Donald Trump and his mug shot. You guys get it? The mug shot was also referred to as the mug shot seen around the world, okay? That was Donald Trump's mug shot, okay? So we're going to talk about all this, and I'm going to bring it all together, and this is going to be very interesting. So if you guys would hit the like button, because this one's going to be good, guys. I mean, come on. This one is interesting, all right? Anyways, you can tell I'm excited. All right, so let's start off with this, okay? Texas Hold'em, all right, is a card game, right? It's a card game which equals 52, okay? Remember, there's 52 cards in a deck of cards. So what are the chances that card game equals 52 and there's 52 cards in a standard deck of cards, right? Just like there's 52 weeks in the year, okay? And don't forget, we're on the calendar named after the Pope, okay? So again, we're on the calendar named after the Pope. Pope equals 52. There's 52 cards in a deck. There's 52 weeks in a year, okay? Beyoncé on the Super Bowl just released a song called Texas Hold'em, okay? And remember, the Kansas City Chiefs guys were originally from Dallas. They were called the Dallas Texans, Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl, they were originally called the Dallas Texans. The same day, Beyoncé unveiled her new song called Texas Hold'em. All right. And we're going to talk about the 52, and we're going to use a cipher that has 52 different letters. So up here is called the capital cipher or the Francis Bacon cipher. Okay. Remember, there's 26 letters in the English alphabet, but in this cipher, you have the capital letters taken into consideration. So you have all the lowercase letters, A to Z equals 26, just like the standard cipher. But then you start over at 27 and you do the capital letters. So that means you have 52 letters in this cipher. And this connects to the card game, Texas Hold'em. Now look at how Beyoncé titled her song, Texas Hold'em. She all capitalized it, okay? This is a clue, guys. Why did they choose to capitalize the name of her song? Okay. And again, it's a card game, which card game equals 52. Okay. And it's the capital letter cipher in gematria that has 52 letters. Okay. And look at the Texas Hold'em game. There's 7 cards in a Texas Hold'em game. There's 5 community cards and 2 whole cards. So again, you have the 52 again. All right, so card game equals 52. Texas Hold'em is a 5-card and 2-card game, 52. And Beyoncé capitalized her whole title, Texas Hold'em, and the capital letter cipher is a 52 cipher, 52 letter cipher, okay? And here's her gun thing, okay? And this is the music video for her song, okay? And I've been talking to you guys, Cody Rhodes, okay, who was in Dallas, Texas last night, guys. This guy with the gun, and if you look up Cody Rhodes, the first picture that comes up of him is him with the gunshot, okay? This is the first picture. Type in Cody Rhodes on Google and see what comes up, okay? And then you have Beyoncé also doing the gun symbol. She just released this song, okay? Now, the Great American Eclipse starts over Texas, okay? In the last slide, I told you it was Texas Hold'em, Beyonce's new song, and I told you she capitalized all of the letters, and I'm going to be using the capital letter cipher to show you how this is all connected, okay? Now look at this. Cody Rhodes was in Texas last night also, and he slapped the rock. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But anyways, the Great American Solar Eclipse equals 412. This is in the capital letter cipher, just how I laid out to you in the last slide, okay? The Great American Solar Eclipse equals 412. In the same cipher, if you use the capital letters of Beyonce's song, how she capitalizes every letter, Texas Hold'em, all capitals, equals 412 in the same cipher. What are the chances of that, okay? 412, Texas Hold'em, the Great American Solar Eclipse, 412. And remember, the eclipse will start over Texas, okay? Now, Cody Rhodes, who also has the gun symbolism. He will be headlining WrestleMania one day before the Great American Eclipse. His dad is famous for the cowbell matches, the bull rope matches, very famous in Texas, okay? And look at Cody Rhodes' full name, Cody Garrett Runnels Rhodes. All roads lead to Rome, right? Cody Garrett Runnels Rhodes equals 412 in the same cipher as the Great American Solar Eclipse and Texas Hold'em. And remember, these two people, this is the song by Beyoncé, Texas Hold'em, all right? And they're both doing the same symbolism, okay? So what are the chances of that, guys? And remember, 412 is only 4 days after the eclipse. This is the date, April 12th. And remember, the guy, Ryan Garcia, the Twitter guy who's been coming out and supposedly exposing the Bohemian Grove Illuminati, he said that he would get killed on 412 this year. He actually posted that, okay? So what's the chances that he is also posting that he's going to get killed on 412, and he did that 38 days before 412, okay? And 38 is the murder code, right? So this 412 is interesting, guys. But this blew my mind because, again, this is how they wrote the title of Beyonce's song. They capitalized them, okay? And that goes back to the 52 letter cipher and the 52 card deck, right? Texas Hold'em. So what are the chances? I just showed you that. And what are the chances that the woman I'm telling you is connected to the eclipse, Beyoncé, is a 3 out of 4 cipher match in gematria to Eclipse? Just look at it, guys. She just comes out with a song called Texas Hold'em. Texas equals 69. Eclipse 69, Beyoncé 69, and again, what are the chances? A 3 cipher match to Eclipse. And she's from Texas. All right? She's from Houston. And I'm going to get into that in a minute because it's important that she's from Houston. And again, this is just not a coincidence, right? So first, I wanted to point out the symbolism here. She has the one eye symbolism. Remember the head wound, the one eye, the Illuminati, right? And look at the Baphomet symbolism here also. Okay, I'm going to show you that in a minute. But again, the snake over her eye, right? The one eye, and then she's holding up the Baphomet here, okay? And the reason that's the Baphomet is because look at this. Texas, right? This song's called Texas Hold'em, right? Texas has the pentagram, just like Baphomet has the pentagram, right? America is known for the pentagrams. But look, the Baphomet symbol, she's doing the inverse of it, right? She's doing this gunshot, which looks like similar to this, and then she's holding her hand down here in a very weird way. Who holds their hand like that, okay? So again, and remember, there's a big connection to WrestleMania that's one day before the eclipse. The Rock, okay? He's connected to Baphomet. The Rock equals Baphomet, okay? And again, I'll tell you what happened last night with Cody Rhodes and The Rock. And again, I just connected Cody Rhodes with Beyoncé because they're both doing the symbolism of the gun, and they both have the same gematria. Texas Hold'em, Cody Garrett Runnels Rhodes, his full name, and the Great American Solar Eclipse all equals 412, okay? And again, Beyoncé equals Eclipse. But anyway, she has the one eye symbolism, then she has the Baphomet symbolism, and she connects to Texas, who has the pentagram, okay? Texas has the red, white, and blue, and they're going to be the first state that the American eclipse goes over, all right? But here's another coincidence, right? Beyoncé's new album that the Texas Hold'em song is on is called Act 2. Act 2, kind of like there's been 2 solar eclipses. The next eclipse coming up, the next great American eclipse will be the second, and she's calling this album Act 2, which just happens to equal Eclipse in the same cipher. Act 2 and Eclipse, both 39. And in the whole video, she's holding up a gun in her video in the Texas Hold'em video. And gun equals 39, okay? Like Eclipse, like Act 2, all right? Notice that the 2 singles that she released on the Super Bowl this year was called 16 Carriages. Well, remember, there's carriages in a gun, isn't there? It's interesting that she calls it carriages, right? It's all about the gun symbolism. So again, clear symbolism. I've already showed you some amazing things, but it gets even better, okay? It gets way better, all right? Now, there's this famous event, the phrase, the shot heard round the world, okay? Hold on. All right? So this originally comes from the shot heard round the world, which is the nickname for the opening gunshot fired in the battles of Lexington and Concord on April 19th, 1775, which began the American Revolutionary War, okay? So again, this connects with America and the Revolutionary War. Now, another famous event that became known as the shot heard round the world was the beginning of World War I, when assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand on June 28th, 1914, okay? Look at the gematria of shot heard round the world. It equals 275, okay? And I just told you that Beyoncé is releasing an album called Act 2, which equals gun, right? 39 equals Eclipse. And she's releasing that album on March 29th, okay? So watch this. From the anniversary of the gunshot heard round the world on June 28th last year, to Beyoncé's album, which is all about guns, okay? She's doing the gun symbolism in her whole video. And look, 275 days after she's releasing her album, 275 days after the anniversary of the shot heard around the world. And shot heard around the world equals 275. Okay. Again, I don't think that's a coincidence. This is a random number. I don't ever see this number often. Shot heard around the world, 275 days after the anniversary of the shot heard around the world, Beyoncé is releasing her album. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to get to her lyrics and I'm going to decode that as well because it's absolutely insane, guys. All right. So before we get to that, how's Beyoncé also tied to the original shot heard around the world? Remember, the original shot heard around the world was something written by Ralph Waldo Emerson about the American Revolutionary War on April 19th, 1775. That was 248 years ago, guys. The first shot heard around the world was 248 years ago. Now, 248 has been a huge number. Remember, Pluto, the planet, it orbits the sun. It takes 248 years, okay? President Donald Trump equals 248. I've already talked about this number in many videos. But again, look at the day that Beyoncé will have her birthday this year. She will be born, her birthday this year will be on the 248th day of the year when the United States is 248 years old. Okay. And the American Revolutionary War is all connected to the shot heard around the world. Okay. So again, 248 years. The United States will turn 248 years old on July 4th this year. Okay. Pluto takes 248 years to orbit. The element plutonium is the 94th element, kind of like Beyoncé is born on 9/4, the 248th day of the year. This is all about plutonium, the rich, okay? Trump is a plutocrat, a rich person, right? So again, we have a lot of stuff to tie together here, but this is not a coincidence that her birthday is on the 248th day of the year, okay? Now, this is where it comes all together, all right? Look at the gematria of shot heard around the world. It equals 112, okay? And this is a huge number, guys, huge. Now, Beyonce's new single where she has the gun symbolism is called Texas Hold'em. And in the Jewish cipher, it equals 613. Well, 613 is the 112th prime. Like shot heard around the world equals 112, okay? And she's doing the shot, guys. Beyoncé was born in Texas. Her song is called Texas Hold'em, and the eclipse goes over Texas. She was born in Houston. So notice that she's born in Houston, which equals 112. Again, like her song Texas Hold'em is 613, which is the 112th prime. She's born in Houston, which equals 112. Shot heard around the world, 112. Now, the guy who was shot in the shot heard around the world was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, which equals 112. Catholicism equals 112. Zionist equals 112. All right. Big number. Mathematics equals 112. But look, the Kansas City, okay, she released her songs, Texas Hold'em, on the Super Bowl this year, February 11th, which is 11/2. Okay. 112 again. And who won that Super Bowl, guys? The Chiefs won that Super Bowl. The Chiefs equals 112. Okay, what are the chances? 112. She releases the song called Texas Hold'em, which equals 613 in Jewish, which is the 112th prime. The Chiefs won, which equals 112. She's from Houston, which equals 112. And the Chiefs used to be in Texas, guys. The Chiefs used to play for the Dallas Texans. And where was JFK shot? He was shot in Texas, in Dallas. Okay. And the Archduke Franz Ferdinand was shot in the shot heard around the world. Both of them equals 112. All right. So again, this is all about the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl was on 112, right? February 11th can be written 112. So perfectly scripted. And I'm going to show you how the release. Okay. So look at the release. So the other number to look at here is the 211 because the Super Bowl this year was on 211 if you write it in the American style, right? So 2/11, 211, right? Which is the 47 prime number, okay? So from the Super Bowl on 211 to the release of Beyonce's new album called Act Two with the Texas Hold'em song, it's 47 days, guys. So from the 2/11 47th prime Super Bowl, 47 days later is the March 29th release. So again, this is the 47, guys. President equals 47, government 47, White House 47, Republican 47, Democrat 47. Okay? 47 days after her release of her song and the Super Bowl is her album. And look at the gematria of the guy who was killed during the shot heard around the world. Archduke Franz Ferdinand equals 211. So Archduke Franz Ferdinand equals 211 and 112 if you do it in reduction. So Archduke 112. And if you do it in ordinal gematria, it's 211. So once again, both of those gematrias pointing you to the date of February 11th. Okay. So again, this 112, 211 connection, huge. And again, it's not a coincidence that she's releasing her album 47 days after the Super Bowl on 211, which is the 47th prime. Okay. And this would connect to our next president, who's going to be the 47th president, whether it's Donald Trump or whether it's, if it's Donald Trump, if it's Kamala Harris, whoever it is, they'll be the 47th president. Okay. Now, here's another connection between Beyonce and the eclipse. Okay. Beyonce was born on 9/4. So from her last birthday to the Great American Eclipse is 217 days, guys. And what's the gematria of the Great American Eclipse? It equals 217. So what are the chances? She's born 217 days before the Great American Eclipse, and the Great American Eclipse equals 217. And don't forget, her name, Beyoncé, equals eclipse in 3 out of 4 ciphers. Okay. Again, not a coincidence. Okay. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. Okay. Because her birthday on a non-leap year, okay, is on 9/4. And that's the 247th day of the year. Okay. America on the eclipse this year, on April 8th, America will be exactly 247 years, 9 months, and 4 days. Okay. Well, that's Beyonce's birthday, guys. Beyonce's birthday is 9/4, and it's the 247th day of the year. So again, she's coded perfectly. And the United States is currently 247 years old on the Great American Eclipse. And she's born on the 247th day of the year, which is 9/4. Okay. Right. And 9/4 is also, an important number as well. And plutonium is the 94th element. Okay. So this all connects back to Pluto as well, which connects to Trump and the plutocracy, which is a society ruled by the rich. Okay. So also notice that 247 is interesting, guys. Stock market crash, 247. Are we going to get the stock market crash around the eclipse? Are we going to get an earthquake around the eclipse? The last time there was eclipses over the center of the U.S. in the 1800s, there was a huge earthquake afterwards. Okay. So do not be surprised if we get an earthquake around this time at some point. Okay. It would be very likely. The great earthquake talked about in the book of Revelation. All right. And the United States is 247 years old right now. Okay. It'd be interesting if we get an earthquake on Beyonce's birthday this year, maybe even. But that would be very interesting. And so here's where it gets good, guys. So I started looking into her song, Texas Hold'em. Okay. And again, she's doing the gunshot symbolism throughout the whole video. Okay. And something caught my attention. I was listening, and at the very end of the song, she says, solargenic, photogenic, shoot. That's the very last lyrics of the song, guys. What does that even mean? Do you guys understand what that even means? First of all, the word solargenic is not even a real word, but it's a made-up word. But this last line of the song is very telling, guys. Very telling. I'm connecting this whole song to the solar eclipse. And then the very last line of the song, she mentions the solargenic, okay, which is the solar eclipse, guys. I mean, how much more obvious do you need it to be? The very last line, she's talking about the sun, the solar, and photogenic. And when you're at an eclipse, people are taking photos, right? Photogenic shoot. And then she does the shoots. She shoots 2 times at the end of the video. Okay. But look at the gematria of the last line of her song, guys. And I've been connecting this whole video to Franz Ferdinand, the guy who was assassinated in the shot heard around the world. And look at this. The very last line of her song, which makes no sense in normal English, solargenic photogenic shoot equals Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 2 ciphers, guys. And it equals Great American Eclipse and presidential ASS. You see that? I mean, look at that. I mean, what are the chances? I'm connecting this whole thing, and I didn't even know this until the very end of the song, and I put this together at the last minute, and the whole thing I'm connecting to Archduke Franz Ferdinand and the shot heard around the world. And then the very last lyric of her song is a direct match in gematria to Archduke Franz Ferdinand and presidential assassination and Great American Eclipse. Okay? And in fact, it's more than a 2-cipher match. Look at this. It also has a match to presidential assassination. Okay? So this is the big number. Okay? This is the 292. And I'm going to bring all this together. Pay attention in this last slide, guys. This is the big slide. All right? I'm going to bring all this together. So you have Beyoncé releasing a song called Texas Hold'em. Texas. The eclipse will start passing over the United States in Texas. Earlier, a few days ago on 229 or 292, Trump and Biden were having dueling border visits. Do you guys understand the symbolism here? Dueling border visits. Okay? What is a duel, guys? A duel is a gun. What happens in Texas? It's all about duels. So why was Biden and Trump dueling border visits on 292, February 29th? And why does presidential assassination equal 292? President Donald Trump, 292. Biden assassination, 292. So I'm not ruling that out. That's interesting. Commander-in-Chief, which is another name for the president, equals 292. And again, the last lyrics of Beyonce's song called Texas Hold'em equals 292. And again, Biden and Trump were in Texas on 292, the leap day, and they were having duels. They were having a duel. Do you guys see it? The duel. And that's exactly what this whole symbolism is about, is having the gun duel. And, how you always see in Texas, in whatever they call those movies, right? Western movies. And I saw somebody in the chat ask me, what's the conclusion to all this? I mean, how much more clear do I need to make it? The conclusion to this is that there's a big event coming up this year with a gunshot heard around the world, guys. I'm telling you. What other conclusion do you need to know besides the eclipse and Beyonce paying tribute to the eclipse and Trump and Biden being in Texas having dueling border visits? Okay. And again, the last lyrics of her song tells us the whole story. Solargenic, photogenic, shoot. And what is this photogenic about, guys? Why does she say solargenic for the solar eclipse? But what's the photo about? Photogenic. Well, remember Trump? Remember Trump's headshot, his mug shot? And look what they compared it to, guys. The Trump mugshot was seen round the world. With one glowing mugshot, Trump joins a notorious, and look, former President Donald J. Trump's mugshot has become the visual equivalent of shot heard around the world. Okay, so I've just been connecting all of this to the shot heard around the world. And then Trump had a mugshot last year on August 24th, guys, 248. I just did a whole slide about the number 248. If you guys missed my videos in the past about the number 248, but again, let me go back here. The United States will turn 248 years old. Pluto takes 248 years to come around. So the United States is having its Pluto's return. Donald Trump is a Plutocrat. His exact birthday is the return of Pluto. Okay. Yes, Jessica, I think that could be the head wound. That's what I'm trying to put out there, guys. Okay, there's all these people talking about Trump being shot in the head, but what if this is the head wound? This is his head wound of his reputation. Okay, but what happened after this, guys? Ever since this mugshot, it was the lowest point of his time. And ever since then, he's come back. Okay, he's come back and now he's won the primaries and now he's coming back, right? So he's already resurrected from this mugshot. You guys understand this? Trump has already resurrected from his mugshot because they already compared it to the shot heard around the world. Okay? And look at the gematria of gunshot and mugshot. Gunshot and mugshot and Donald have gematria, matching gematria. Okay? So, I mean, I'm not saying that this is absolutely, the end all be all. Could he actually end up getting shot? Yeah, it's possible. But could this just be a symbolic head wound? Okay. It's possible. Okay. This moment. And why is this connected? Okay, let me show the last slide here. So how is this head wound, this mugshot, Trump's mugshot, connected to all of this? The eclipse, Beyonce. Well, where was Trump's mugshot happening? It happened near Atlanta, guys. Trump's mugshot took place in Georgia, very close to Atlanta. Look at the gematria. Look at the gematria of Atlanta. It equals 69 like Texas. It equals 69 like Beyoncé, who released the song Texas Hold'em with the shot, okay? It equals Eclipse. And this guy, Cody Rhodes, who was just in Texas last night, he's from Atlanta also, and he's doing the gunshot symbolism, okay? And he's going to be on center stage one day before the eclipse on WrestleMania on 4/7. Cody Rhodes will be the main attraction. He's going to try to take down the Roman Empire with a shot, right? So what is this? I don't know. But what I'm saying is Cody Rhodes is from Atlanta. Trump's mugshot was near Atlanta. Beyonce equals Atlanta and Texas. She just released Texas Hold'em, and she equals Eclipse. I already made the connections in this whole video to the eclipse. And Beyonce and her new album is called Act 2. Beyonce Act 2 also equals 69. Jesuit order 69. A lot of 69s also that I could mention here, but the point is it's all about this 69, okay? And that's my last slide, but let me bring this all together with Cody Rhodes, okay? So what happened last night in Dallas, Texas? So this should bring it all together, how they do these rituals, guys. Last night in Dallas, Texas, okay? Cody Rhodes, the guy I just showed you with the gunshot symbolism, the eclipse connection, he smacks The Rock, guys. Remember a few weeks back? Remember a month ago, The Rock slapped Cody Rhodes in Vegas? And remember, Vegas is connected to this too. The Super Bowl was in Vegas, okay? Beyonce released her Texas Hold'em song the day the Super Bowl was in Vegas, okay? And Texas Hold'em is a card game that's played in Vegas, okay? But anyway, last night in Dallas, The Rock gets a head wound. Do you guys see this? Cody Rhodes, the gunshot symbolism, he gives The Rock a head wound. A shot to the head, a slap in the face. Okay? And why is this connected? Why is this connected to what's the point of Dallas? Because that's where JFK got his shot. Okay? JFK got his shot in Dallas, Texas, and in the same city this happens. And let me show you how many days this was, this slap was after the JFK. This is it, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Do you guys understand this? This slap from Cody Rhodes in Dallas, Texas last night was exactly 22,022 days after the JFK assassination in Dallas. Do you guys see that? 2222. And why is that important? Because we're currently in the 22nd anniversary year of 9/11. Okay? Don't forget, JFK was killed on the 39 days left in the year. Eclipse equals 39. Gun equals 39. Let's just show this, okay? Gun equals 39. JFK was killed by a gun the day leaving 39 days left in the year, okay? We have an eclipse coming up. Eclipse equals 39, okay? Now, what are the chances that this slap from in Dallas from Cody Rhodes to The Rock was on the 22,022 days after the assassination? Remember, JFK was killed on the 22nd day of the month, okay? 22 22 22. And look at this. This was 107 days, 60 years. Remember, we're in the 60th presidential election this year. So since the JFK assassination till last night on 3/8, and why was this 3/8 connected? Why did this happen on 3/8, guys? Why did Cody Rhodes slap The Rock on 3/8, right? Because 3/8 is the murder code, right? Murder, 83 and 38, right? Death, 38, RIP, 38, okay? So this, remember, this was all connected perfectly. And again, back to the slap. So Cody Rhodes slaps The Rock in Dallas, okay? And what was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to show now. Hold on. Got to recollect my thoughts here. Oh, it was 60 years, okay? 60 years and 107 days after the JFK shooting, okay? Emphasis on the word shooting, guys. So what's the word shooting equal? It equals 107, okay? So yesterday was 60 years, 107 days after JFK's shooting, and shooting equals 107, and we're currently in the 60th presidential election, okay? So 60th presidential election and a shooting, okay, equals 107. And that's the big one, guys, is just the fact that it was 22,022 days after the JFK thing, okay? And it's in the same city. That should tell you everything you need to know, okay? So, I don't know, guys. I think this decode is mind-blowing in every way possible. Please hit the like button. I've got 80 likes. Can we please get this up to 100? I just think that this everything I've showed you. If you guys are just getting in, please go back to the beginning, rewatch this over, okay? And understand all the connections I just put together. Okay? This does connect to so many things, okay? But at the end of the day, you know, the shot heard around the world is coming, okay? And I don't know exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be very interesting to see what the eclipse brings. And as the United States turns 248 years old, which is, again, the big number. Because, again, I told you, President Donald Trump equals 248, right? And 112. I forgot about that, guys. President Donald Trump equals 112. Remember all the 112 connections? Let me go back to that slide, okay? Hold on. So all my 112 connections earlier in the video. Again, Beyoncé releases Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em equals 613 in Jewish. 613 is the 112th prime number. She's born in Houston, which equals 112. She released this on the Super Bowl where the Chiefs won on the date 112, and Chiefs equals 112. Okay? The guy who was shot heard around the world was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, which equals 112, just like shot heard around the world equals 112. President Donald Trump equals 112. He got his mugshot, okay, this last year on the date 248. Okay, so Donald Trump got his mugshot last year in 2023 on 8/24, or if you write it internationally, it's 248. Okay, President Donald Trump equals 248, like the date, August 24th, when he got his mugshot. Okay. President Donald Trump equals 292, like presidential assassination, like commander-in-chief. Okay. 292. The day that Biden and Trump were in Texas for dueling border visits was the date 292, February 29th. Okay. This year on a leap year. Okay. The 95 is also important, again, because what happened to, what happened to Martin Luther King on the 95th day of the year? Okay, remember 95. Okay, it's the 95 Theses. There's a lot of things to talk about with the 95, but the most important thing in here is the 248. Okay, because the United States will turn 248 years old this year. Okay, and currently the shot heard around the world is 248 years old right now. Okay, and Trump got his mugshot on 248. Okay. Remember, I decoded the Daytona 500 just a few weeks ago, and the guy who won, his name equals 248. Okay. So again, there's a whole bunch of 248s I've already mentioned in other videos. But again, I hope you guys are getting how crazy big this is, guys. Super big. And Cody Rhodes, again, he's in Dallas yesterday slapping The Rock. The Rock equals Baphomet. I already showed you that, or I told you about that. The Rock. Notice that The Rock also equals shooting. So, okay. So again, ask yourselves. The Rock is in Dallas last night on the 222,022 days after the JFK shooting, and he gets slapped in the head, and The Rock equals shooting in 2 ciphers. Okay. He also equals Baphomet, right? The Rock. And I told you Beyoncé was doing the Baphomet, right? In her song Texas Hold'em. And again, so Baphomet and Rock are a 3 out of 4 cipher match. And if you guys watch his entrance last night, The Rock's entrance, he has the lightning, okay? Joseph, you need to watch The Rock's entrance last night. The beginning of his entrance, he added a new thing to his entrance, a lightning strike, okay? And again, I've talked a lot about lightning in many of my videos. But, the WWE hit 100 million subscribers last night, right? And what are the chances that the WWE hit 100 million subscribers on YouTube, and then The Rock comes in with his ever entrance with the lightning at the beginning of his entrance, right? Because lightning equals 100, okay? So what I want to point out here is that the next couple Fridays could be big, right? Yesterday, on Friday the 8th, we had The Rock getting slapped, right? The next Friday is the Ides of March, okay? And what's the Ides of March about? Okay, so you guys understand how big this is, what I'm connecting right now? So a week before this, a week before the Ides of March, and what's the Ides of March connected to, okay? It's connected to an assassination, okay? So the Ides of March is to remember the assassination of Julius Caesar, right? On March 15th, okay? So 1 week before the Ides of March, Cody Rhodes is in Dallas where JFK was assassinated, and he's slapping The Rock. That's on a Friday, right? The next Friday is the Ides of March, which is the assassination of Julius Caesar, okay? The next Friday after that is the 322 day. So what's the chances, guy? Do you understand how big this is? So first of all, you have this ritual with Cody Rhodes in Dallas, all connected to assassination of JFK. The next Friday, you have the Ides of March, the assassination of Julius Caesar. And then the next Friday, on March 22nd, you have the 322 day, which is the Skull and Bones day, the Lightning day, right? And look at both these days, guys. They both have 192, right? And I've been talking a lot about that number. This day also is the 69 date numerology, which connects to all the 69s I just showed you. But the next Friday after this day, the 322 day, is the date I talked about in this decode, 329. This is the day that could be interesting, guys. This is the release of Beyonce's album that I just decoded in this whole video. And it's all connected to the Fridays in this month of March, okay? Because they're all connected to assassinations, okay? I already connected this date with the assassination of the shot heard around the world. And then you have the 322 date on a Friday. And then you have the Ides of March on a Friday. And then you have Cody Rhodes hitting the rock in Dallas on a Friday. And the first Friday of this month was on March 1st. And remember, March 1st, we just had news about that guy who just died on March 1st, the Japanese guy. And remember, the last big assassination was a Japanese guy, okay? The last big assassination in the world that I can remember was a Japanese guy, a Shinzo Abe. Remember Shinzo Abe? So Shinzo Abe was a Japanese, okay? And look at this, guys. Shinzo Abe, right, was the Japanese prime minister that was assassinated, right? And he equals Texas Hold'em, which I just decoded in this video, right? Look at this. Shinzo Abe equals Texas Hold'em, 45. Remember, Trump was the 45th president, right? But notice that Shinzo Abe also equals 99. Well, the Great American Eclipse is on the 99th day of the year, okay? Actually, let's see how many days it is from the Shinzo Abe. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. So it's 640 days from the assassination of Shinzo Abe to the Great American Eclipse. Interesting. And it's on the 99th day of the year. Shinzo Abe equals 99 and 64. Why 640 days? Why is that interesting? Because 64 is the word kill, right? 64. There's a lot of other connections to 64 as well, but I'm just pointing out that connection, okay? So again, I'm just making this Japan connection. We just had this Japanese guy in the news also. Yeah, and actually too, it's actually 21 months exactly after the Shinzo Abe thing. So that's also interesting. Oh, 275 days, like shot heard around the world equals 275. Yeah, it's very intriguing. Anyway, I'm going to go into the chat. I'm just babbling about right now. What are you guys saying here? All right. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Yeah, basically, yeah, exactly. A major order out of chaos event. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're coming up on. Order out of chaos. That's a good way to put it. So again, guys, if you missed the beginning of the stream, go back and watch. Like I said, I just thought this was all mind-blowing, and I didn't even expect this Beyonce connection until last night after I got off the last stream. And then it all came together with Beyonce holding this gun thing, okay? Yeah, I mean, the chaos will come, guys. And what's interesting about the date I just pointed out to you, March 29th, okay? March 29th is the 89th day of the year, okay? Remember, March 29th is 47 days after the Super Bowl on 2/11, and 2/11 is the 47th prime number. So that already is an interesting connection, right? 47 days after the 47, 2/11 is the 47th prime, but it's the 89th day of the year, 329, and chaos. Remember last year, Trump was in the news on the 89th day of the year. Chaos equals 89, okay? Okay, and the 89th day of the year is March 29th, the day that Beyonce's album comes out, right? Notice it has 76 date numerology, right? And the 76 is connected to Skull and Bones, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George Bush, so much 76 to talk about. But at any rate, it's the 89th day of the year. There's 277 days remaining in the year. That's the 59th prime number. The reason that that's important is because we're in the dragon year. and dragon equals 59, okay? So, yeah, I'm just watching all the Fridays in this month. They seem to be all very interesting. Next Friday, on the Ides of March, the WWE will be in Memphis. So there's a lot to connect probably with Memphis too in shootings. We've had some high-profile shootings in Memphis over the last couple of years, also some rappers and stuff. I just noticed something too. The Ides of March is 33 days after the Super Bowl. Interesting. We know the Ides of March is associated with financial stuff, with assassinations. So at any rate, could be something interesting on that day. Yeah, Aaron Protocol. I don't know if you just got here, but I already talked a lot about the Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Um, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, this whole stream was pretty much about how it connects to his, the day he was shot. What's interesting about the day he was killed is actually Elon Musk's birthday. Also, June 28th is also Elon Musk's birthday. Sean says, notice how eclipses look like bullet holes. Yeah, that's a good point too. Also, guys, go make sure you check out Sean's channel. Let me highlight him here in the chat. He's also going to be in my links. I'm going to make him a mod also. But if you guys want to go subscribe to some channels, go subscribe to Sean's channel, who, if he comments, you'll see he has a blue wrench. I don't know how to, the only bad thing about your name, Sean, is I don't even know how to, I don't know how to shout you out because your name is Sean, but you also have that name that I can't like really pronounce. So that's what makes it hard. But yeah, he's got the blue wrench in the chat. So if you guys want to subscribe to his channel. And also, I noticed Joseph Aquaviva was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he still is, but go subscribe to his channel as well. And then all the channels in the link of this video. Oh, okay. I see. I see why you have that name, Sean. That makes sense now. Yeah, I see it now. I just didn't ever notice that. Sean of the Sod, right? Sean, yeah, I guess I see it. But anyway, you're doing great work, brother. Thanks for making videos and putting your work out there. It's always good to see people doing it. Let's see. Visionary Vet, Obama's birthday, 8/4, which is the 4/8 eclipse. Yeah. So Obama's birthday, right? Remember, 8/4 is the 217 day of the year. I've been making some 217 connections. But just notice, guys, between 4/8 and 8/4, and this is just obvious, right? Because there's 12 months in a year. So if you go between 4/8 and 8/4, hold on. What am I missing here? Oh, if you go from one year to the next, that's what I was missing. So I've been talking a lot about this 248 number. Notice that there's 248 days from Obama's birthday, 8/4, to the 4/8 eclipse, right? 248, like President Donald Trump equals 248. And notice it's also 8 months and 4 days, right? So from Obama's birthday on 8/4 to the eclipse on 4/8 is 8 months, 4 days, right? So 8/4 to 4/8 is 8/4, and it's 248, right? Which is the big number this year, 248, President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump equals 248, okay? Because this is kind of like the dates are 248 dates, right? If you read Obama's birthday as 4/8 as well, you could say that it's 4/8 and 4/8, which is like 2 4/8s. And then this is the date, this is the number of days, 2 4/8s. Like, it's interesting. Because when you say the number 248, you say 2 and then you say 48, right? So you could say 2/48. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So let me just type it in. You have the number 248, right? Could be like, 2/48. Does that make sense? 2/48, right? And there's 248 days between 4/8 and 4/8. So I don't know. That's intriguing. Yeah, the eclipse is coded in so many ways. There's been so many great decoders looking at this eclipse, showing connections. Now, I told you guys in the last video, do I expect a big event on that exact day? I don't think so, but maybe. Who knows? But maybe around the eclipse, we get an event, right? At least April 12th. Remember, you had that Ryan Garcia guy. He came out and he said April 12th. Taylor Swift's new album. Taylor Swift was all about the Super Bowl. Her new album is going to be releasing on April 19th. Yeah, and WrestleMania is the day before on 4/8 or 4/7 and 4/6. So that there's so much going on next month. Yeah, you're right. Good one, Shy. Okay, let me go to the lyrics of this song by Beyoncé. Hold on. This is a good point. So Beyonce's new song, what this whole decode was about, she says, "They ain't Texas. This ain't Texas," right? So what does she mean by that, I wonder? This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em. So lay your cards down, 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 down. So park your Lexus, right? Your Lexus, right? The X. But what Shai is mentioning is that Lexus is kind of similar to Lexington. Remember, the shot heard around the world was about the battles of Lexington. Remember, Lexington is also in Kentucky, and Abraham Lincoln was from Kentucky. So yeah, let me shot heard around the world. Let me pull that up so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So see, this shot heard around the world was a phrase that refers to the opening battles of Lexington. Okay, Lexington. And in the song Texas Hold'em, one of the things that she says is, so park your Lexus, which is kind of like a Lexington reference, I think. Let's see what Lexington equals. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Well, Lexington, guys, equals 48, like the eclipse. Lexington equals 120, like eclipse. So look at Lexington and look at eclipse equals 120, right? So yeah, there's something here with Lexington. I need to look more into Lexington because. And what's Lexus equal? Because she says she's going to park her Lexus. Okay, well, Lexus has this 81, which is a ritual number. But what's interesting right now is I think her song is ranked 81 on the top hits right now. But again, the big one here, guys, there's a lot to probably learn about these lyrics, but the last lyrics of the song are the ones that really blew me away, right? I showed you guys how the very last lyrics, solargenic, photogenic shoot, was a direct match to the Franz Ferdinand who was shot, right? Let me find that. So again, the last lyrics of her song, solargenic, photogenic shoot equals 292, like presidential assassination, like President Donald Trump, like Biden assassination, like commander-in-chief, just like Biden and Trump were both in Texas having dueling border visits on 292, okay? Someone's saying, yeah, I'm going to look more into this Eagle Pass, right? Because Eagle Pass also is where the first eclipse comes over. Yeah, and Tricky Ricky. That's Tricky Ricky. Tricky Ricky 333. That's a funny name, man. Lady Gaga, Poker Face. Yeah, Poker Face, right? And Texas Hold'em is a poker game. And that also reminds me of like poker, like almost like you're saying poker, like wake her up, wake up the beast, right? Poker. You don't want to poke you don't want to poke the beast, right? Poker. But the name poker actually equals solar. Look, watch this. Solar and poker. And remember, this is all about the solar eclipse, the sun, right? Solar and poker equals 6570. Yeah, I think there's a lot to say here about that. I haven't looked a lot into it, but yeah, Casey Jones is in the chat. Much love to you, brother. Make sure you guys go check out Casey Jones' channel. He hasn't made any videos for a while, but he does amazing research also. Casey Jones is saying that Texas equals 496, which is a perfect number, right? Let me just show you what he's mentioning here. So yeah, this is interesting, right? So Texas equals 496 in Jewish. 496 is a perfect number, which means if you add up all the divisors, you get 496, right? And look, 496 is 248 is half of 496. Ah, I see. So that connects again to the 248. But anyway, Texas equals 496, which is a perfect number. Texas is also the 28th state, right? And 28 is also a perfect number. Okay. Remember when Barack Obama was in the classroom on the perfect day? If you guys didn't watch my perfect number decoded, Barack Obama was in the classroom reading the book on the perfect number of days. You guys got to go watch that video. That was amazing. But it all connects to the perfect numbers. I need to do more research on these perfect numbers too. All right. Much love to you also, Brenda. Thank you for all the love. Appreciate you. Shai says that you drive a Lexus, really? You drive a Lexus and you're in Dallas. Okay. You're definitely connected, aren't you? Let's see. This ain't Texas, yeah. You guys remember the song called All My Exes Live in Texas? This is something to bring up too. All my exes. Hold on. And again, this country song that Beyonce just released. But what's the chances of this? All my exes live in Texas, right? It's all about the X. And this is the year of the X. And Texas is the one state that has an X in it, right? So we have an X eclipse, that's making an X over the United States. It's going to be passing over Texas, right? So all my X's, like X eclipse, live in Texas, right? Let's see what that equals. Hold on. All my X's live in Texas. Okay. Interesting numbers. It's got the 109. It's got the 251, which is ritual sacrifice number. It's got the 80, like Baphomet, like Satan. 262. Yeah, there's some interesting numbers. I mean, maybe I could just look into this whole thing. Oh, that's a good connection, Casey. Casey Jones is saying Garth Brooks has the song called "The River." The fifth card in the Texas Hold'em makes the river. Ah, yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, but George Strait has that song "All My Exes Live in Texas." Country music is so crazy, guys. I bet there's so much code in this. Yeah, I'll look more into this as well. All right, guys. Well, you guys are making some great observations as usual. Thank you guys for 126 likes. Thank you guys so much. If you guys still haven't hit the like button, please do so. That helps out the channel a lot. I'll stay on for another 5 minutes or so. Let's see how long I've already been on. Yeah, I'll stay on for another 5 minutes or so, see if anyone has anything else to add. Yeah, thank you, Casey, also for that. I'll look more into that Garth Brooks song connected to Texas Hold'em. The Rio Grande, yeah, that river that makes up the border of Texas and Mexico. Yeah, that's also connected, I'm sure. Because there's a whole rabbit hole to go down with this Texas and Mexico thing. First of all, Mexico equals Texas, and Mexico equals Eclipse too, guys. So Mexico and Texas both equals 69, right? In the same cipher, okay? And 30. Both have the X in it, okay? 69 and 30, Texas and Mexico, the border, right? But look at Mexico, right? If you take away Texas, look at Mexico. It also equals Eclipse. And remember, the eclipse does pass over Mexico this year. It's not just the United States it's passing over, but Mexico also equals eclipse, right? So, like again, this stuff's all just so perfectly synced up, with the 30, with the 69s. I mean, the 69s are huge here. Yeah, that's right. Both Texas and Mexico have the X in their name. So it's all about the X, guys. You're going to notice everything's about the X. Why did Beyoncé mention a Lexus car in her song? Because it has the X in it. So yeah, that's interesting. I'll look more into that too. The red heifer, right? That also could be symbolic for the Rock. You know how the Rock was just getting slapped in Texas, right? And he's the bull. The Rock is known as the Brahma Bull, and he owns a soccer or a football team in Texas called the Brahma Bulls, right? San Antonio. I don't know why I started to Antonio Brahmas. Yeah. So a Brahma is a bull, right? And the Rock owns the Brahmas, the bulls, right? San Antonio is also big connected to this, right? San Antonio is connected to the Alamo. Okay. And what's interesting is 1 week before they were in Dallas, they were in San Antonio. Okay. So you guys see what they did on all the Fridays this year? WWE had an event on every Friday of the month. The first one was in San Antonio. The second one was in Dallas. The third one is in Memphis. So, yeah. Yeah, I heard Jerusalem. You're talking about like, is there a city in Texas called Jerusalem? Yeah, and what's interesting about The Rock and his new entrance theme, it looks a lot like directed energy weapons, guys. I mean, you guys need to go watch the video last night of The Rock coming to the ring and tell me that they're not giving us symbolism of laser weapons and plasma weapons, because it's exactly what they're giving us. I mean, that to me, it's so obvious. Yeah, I do believe the eclipse does go over the Alamo. And remember, the Alamo is also hugely connected too. Oh, good one, Visionary Vet. Visionary Vet says the first Canadian town the eclipse crosses after leaving America is called Grand Fall. Grand Fall of America. Let's see what Grand Fall equals. Well, grand fall equals 39, which is also eclipse 39. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I've seen the things on Twitter that there's a lot of Jonah and Nineveh, and I was going to do a video about Nineveh and the whale because apparently there's a lot of cities that the eclipse crosses over that's called Nineveh, right? And Nineveh connects to Jonah and the whale, right? Or Jonah and the big fish. Because Jonah in the Bible, he's going to spread the word at Nineveh, right? So yeah, I might do a video about that if I have time also. I was looking into that Nineveh connection. Anyways, guys, my voice is getting a bit tired tonight. I don't know if you guys can tell, but maybe 2 nights in a row of live streams is taking its toll, maybe. Thank you guys for 133 likes. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys want to support the channel, please hit the like button. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, donations can be made at Buy Me a Coffee, Decoding with Cody. The link's at the top of this chat. Please don't donate to Google because I'm not getting that money. So thank you guys so much for all that support. And I think I'm going to wrap it up. And thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys have anything to add, please add it in the comments of this video and let me know what you guys think. If you guys make any connections. And as always, thank you so much. God bless you all. And we'll be back. I'm probably going to take a few days off now from live streams, but I'll be back in a few days, depending on what happens, if there's any events or anything. And yeah, so take care out there tonight, guys. Have a good Saturday. God bless you all. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.